friends, welcome back to my channel. Some more breaking news for guys that the 49ers are losing. This one doesn't come as a huge surprise, but Talanoa Hufanga just got a 3-year, $45 million crazy deal. That's 15 per year for the Denver Broncos. He is out on San Francisco and going to Denver. Now, he's only 26. He was an All-Pro his first year. He's shown so much instincts. He's very big, flashy. He can tackle. Like, him blitzing did incredible things. I think about that blitz a couple of years ago against Matthew Stafford that, got the 49ers a playoff spot. Hufanga has been really excellent when healthy for the 49ers. And I think the thing that they feel with him is just he hasn't been healthy enough to be worth this amount of money. I'm not hugely against that line of thinking. I do want the 49ers to get younger and healthier and stop giving big deals to injury-prone players. I think Hufanga is a great guy. Like, personality-wise, he seems awesome. But I'm not hugely upset by the 49ers moving off of him. I'm also not surprised because when Greenlaw and Hufanga both went their separate ways and they hired Robert Saleh has put lots of reports out that he wants to go get Greenlaw and how important Greenlaw is. Robert Saleh was here when they drafted Greenlaw. Robert Saleh wasn't here with Hufanga, and Hufanga is not the same style of player that Robert Saleh likes. Hufanga is very slow. Like I said, he's a good, blitzing safety. He can tackle. He's physical, but he's very slow. He's not speedy at all. I think that Robert Saleh is going to want more of an all-out secondary and focus on speed, which I guess is interesting because they did just extend Deommodore Lenoir, who is also, I feel like, more of a physical guy than a speedy guy, but then they drafted Renardo Green, and Green is much smaller and more speedy. So who are going to be the starting safeties, in my opinion, right now? I think it's going to be Malik Mustafa, who I think he's much better, no offense to Hufanga, but he excelled his rookie year, so if he can keep that up, he's excellent. Malik Mustafa, and then Jair Brown. I was underwhelmed with Jair Brown last year. I did not think he lived up to his rookie year. His rookie year was under Steve Wilkes, who does specialize in safeties in that secondary position. So he had a really good year his first year, a down year last year. Will he bounce back? I hope so. I talked about this on my live streams during the year, but Fred Warner did make a comment on his own podcast that Jair Brown would stay up playing video games before game days, and he was kind of coming into game days lethargic. So maybe bringing Robert Saleh, who's much more mature and demands a lot out of his players. And yes, these players are getting paid and they're adults and they should do these things by themselves, but some of them need extra coaching guidance. They've just had that their whole life, and unfortunately they don't intrinsically have that. I don't think Kyle is a guy who can coach guys who need extra coaching. I think he just expects you to do it on your own, and if you don't, he gets frustrated with you. Where Robert Saleh is so much more of a personal guy that I think he could kind of shoot some fire and some spark into Jair Brown in the same way that Steve Wilkes was able to get the most out of him his rookie year. But yeah, I love Hufanga, but I'm not surprised. I think 45 would have been too steep. Obviously, the 49ers in general are just saving money this year, which is an infuriating, from a fan's perspective, that's infuriating. But with their stance that they are trying to save money, and they've never really paid safeties a ton of money, they were never going to give him 45, even if he wasn't injured. They don't pay that much for their safeties. So I'm not surprised that Hufanga is leaving, but yeah, got a great deal from the Broncos, and I wish him nothing but health and success moving forward. 49ers starters, in my opinion, are going to be Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown. It'll be interesting. Do they sign someone else in free agency? So far, it's been very underwhelming. Do they target more secondary players in the draft? I mean, they at least need depth because Jair Brown has gotten hurt before. Malik Mustafa is, he injured his neck a couple times last year. He's a very physical player. He's kind of like Dre Greenlaw, but a safety instead of a linebacker. And when you play like that, you have more risk of injury. So it'll be interesting to see who they get as the depth pieces, as the guys who can slide in when they're going to be needed this upcoming in 2025. But for right now, 49ers by Hufanga. Still no news on where Greenlaw is at. So I think their 49ers are still actively trying to hunt him down. And I'll definitely keep you updated on what they do. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Love you. Bye.